This is my exploratory analysis of the storms occurring in the North Atlantic between 1917 and 2019. The first graph I made was a bar plot of the frequency of hurricanes occurring each year from 1917 to 1970 to 2019. We can see that there's not a clear pattern of increasing frequency, but there are spikes every few years. In 1980 there's a spike, in 1995 there's a spike, and in 2005 there's a spike, and the spikes are growing. Another thing I plotted was the maximum and average wind speed achieved on land each year, and they also display this pattern of spikes and going down and increases and going down, and the spikes appear to be increasing over the years. The spike occurring just after 1970 is less than the spike occurring just after 1990, and then the spike occurring just after 2005 is greater than both of those. So the spikes in maximums wind speed achieved that are happening every few years are increasing. There were 18 named storms in 2019. They're named because they reached over 39 miles per hour. And there were 6 hurricanes in 2019: Dorian, Umberto, Jerry, Lorenzo, Pablo, and Rebecca. Only 3 of which were major hurricanes: Dorian, Umberto, and Lorenzo, meaning they reached over 111 mile per hour winds. And 2 of which were Category 5, Dorian and Lorenzo, which reached over 157 mile per hour winds. Interestingly, one hurricane, Hurricane Andrea, occurred outside the typical hurricane season, June 1st, November 30th. It started in May. Another question I wanted to answer were if any storms in 2019 reached Category 5 wind speeds while they were on land. There are no records of this in the data set. I filtered through the data set to find where the distance from land was 0. And then I looked to see if their wind speeds were over 137 knots, but none of the records were associated with that. However, Dorian did reach Category 5 wind speeds on land. Here is a map of the wind speeds. Here's a map of the storm paths by name and wind speed. The points are larger for higher wind speed, and each color is associated with a different storm. And here is an animated map illustrating the paths of storms over time, again, associated with their wind speed and color.